Welcome back, movie lovers! In today's video, we're diving into the enigmatic world of Eyes Wide Shut. The movie starts with a rich couple married for 9 years, Dr. William Bill Harford and Alice Harford, dressing up to leave for a Christmas party. They left their 7-year-old daughter Helen with her babysitter Roz. Upon reaching the party, they met the party host Victor Ziegler and his wife Ilona. After dancing with Bill for a few minutes, Alice excused herself to use the restroom. Meanwhile, Bill caught up with his old friend Nick Nightingale, whom he studied with at medical school. Nick dropped out of medical school and began his career in playing instruments. After sharing a few words, Nick left as someone required his presence. On the other hand, we see a rich man named Sandor Chavost flirting with Alice. She seemed to enjoy it and even accepted to dance with him. Whereas 2 girls were also flirting with Bill on the other side of the hall, and he also was enjoying it. But this was interrupted when a person came to Bill and asked him that Ziegler wanted to see him. Upon reaching upstairs, Ziegler informs Bill that a woman who was making love to Ziegler abruptly went into unconsciousness due to some illegal substances that she took. Since Bill is a doctor, he managed the situation and helped her gain her consciousness. He asked Ziegler to keep her under his supervision for another hour just to be sure. On the other hand, Alice also left the dance with Sandor as she felt she was too drunk. After reaching home, Bill and Alice lost themselves in their eyes. The next morning, we see Bill going to his clinic for work and Alice taking care of Helen and wrapping some gifts. On the same night, Alice smoked some substances and asked Bill if he was interested in the 2 girls whom he was with at the party. Bill firmly refused and asked her about the man she was dancing with at the party. She answered that he wanted to have an intimate relationship with her, to which Bill was not too shocked. He mentioned to Alice that she is so beautiful that any man would want that. But Alice took the statement in a completely opposite sense and picked up a fight. They started arguing about Bill's profession, where he has to check women's. Alice started wondering why Bill never gets jealous when other men are around her. Bill explains because he is sure that she will never be unfaithful to him. To this, Alice maniacally starts laughing. She confessed to Bill that year, when they went to Cape Cod, there was a young naval officer whom she found so attractive that even when Bill and Alice made love there, she was thinking about him only. She even said that even if that officer wanted her for one night, she can give up Bill and Helena for that. She couldn't sleep during their stay there thinking about him. This confession left Bill in a state of shock. Just then, their landline phone rang, and Bill got to know one of his patients died. Bill took a taxi and left, but during the drive, he kept on thinking about that officer and Alice. Upon reaching the house, he meets the patient's daughter Marion and talks about how all of this happened. He assured her that his father was a brave man and died peacefully. Upon talking, Marion says that she will soon be moving to Michigan with his boyfriend Carl. Suddenly, she leans forward and kisses Bill and tells her that she loves him. Bill explains to her that she is in shock. Just then, Carl arrives. He greets Bill and exchanges a few words. Bill left the house. While walking back to his house, he still was in a state of shock about Alice's confession. He comes across a stripper named Domino who convinced him to come inside for some fun. He agreed and went inside. Just after a kiss, Bill's phone rang. It was Alice on the line. She inquired how long it would take him to return home. He answered ambitiously. After the call, Bill left. He went to a cafe where his friend Nick was performing. They both talked about Nick's profession as a pianist. Nick receives a call during their conversation, and he writes the word Fidelio on a napkin. Upon inquiring, Bill got to know that the word is a password to a secret society. Bill requested Nick to take him to the society, but Nick informs him that everyone needs a costume and a mask. It was very late at night, so Bill went to one of his patient's shops to rent the costume. His patient moved to Chicago, but the current caretaker Millich of the shop let him in as Bill was willing to pay a good price. While looking for the costume, Millich finds his daughter intimately being involved with two guys. He started yelling at them. His daughter gave a flirtatious smile to Bill before leaving. While going to the location of the society in the taxi, Bill was disturbed by the thoughts of the Navy officer making love to his wife. Upon reaching, Bill asks the taxi driver to wait for him outside, for which he will pay him extra money. Bill said the password to the guard standing in front of the gate, and he let him inside. Upon entering, he saw Nick playing the piano blindfolded, and a person in red robe was performing some kind of ritual on 13 women sitting on the ground. Upon his command, the women threw their robes off. They started kissing each alternatively. After the ritual, each girl stood up and chose a male partner. One of the girls chose Bill and started walking with him. She warned him that he should leave before it was too late. Suddenly, another member came and took the girl with him. Bill had a look around him, and he was shocked to see so many people making love to one another. The girl who took Bill before with him came again and dragged him in a corner and warned him to get out of there before they find out Bill's real identity and conclude that he isn't part of the society. Bill questions who she is and why she is helping him out, to which she said that she can't put her and his life in danger by answering it. Suddenly, a masked man came to Bill and said his taxi driver wants to have a word with him. But after taking a few steps, Bill noticed everyone staring at him through their masks. The man in the red robe was sitting on a royal chair waiting for him. The man asked him for the password. Bill answered, but the man said that he needs a password for the house, not for admittance. Bill said that he forgot it. The man in red robe asks him to remove his mask and get undressed, to which Bill refuses. The man gets angry and orders in his harsh tone, but suddenly that particular mysterious woman standing on the balcony said that society can take her instead of him. The red robe guy asks her if she is sure of the consequence, to which she replies yes. The guy told Bill that he is free to go, but he can't utter a single word about the society to anyone. A guy in a crow mask came and took that woman. Bill leaves and reaches his home, where he found Helen and Alice sleeping. He accidentally woke up Alice, and she told him that she dreamt of having intimate relations with the naval officer. She says that feels ashamed of herself and hugs him, but Bill is shocked that Alice is still stuck on that guy. Just then only she revealed she also dreamt of making love with many men, which leaves Bill speechless. The next morning, Bill visits the same cafe to inquire about Nick, but it was closed, so he visited a nearby cafe to get any information. Luckily, he was able to get his address from the waitress there. He rushes to the hotel, but to his surprise, Nick already checked out from there. But he got to know that he left the hotel with a bruise on his cheek and two other men. He then went to return the rental costume, but unfortunately, Bill lost the mask. Millich charges him for the mask to make the return. There, Bill also got to know that Millich's daughter is a hooker. Millich even offers him that he can visit them in future for the same. He left for his office. He starts having wild thoughts about the Navy officer and Alice again. He leaves to the same place where the secret society took place to gather clues about what exactly is going on. While standing in front of the door, an old man came in the car and handed him a letter. The letter warned Bill to stop his silly inquiry for his own betterment and served as a second warning to him. He returns home. Alice was helping Helen solve math problems there, but Bill kept on thinking about what Alice said earlier about her dream. The next day, he leaves for his office, where he keeps on having thoughts about Alice and other men. Frustrated by the thoughts, he decides to see other women. He called Marino's phone, but Carl picked it up, so he hung up. Later, he went to Domino's house. She wasn't home, so her friend answered the door. Her friend starts showing interest in him, but Bill gets to know that Domino left the place because she was suffering from AIDS. He decides to leave. As he was walking down the street, he noticed a man following him. He somehow escaped from him and entered a cafe where he saw news of the drug overdose of former beauty queen Amanda. He felt that this might be the same woman who saved him in society. He rushes to the hospital where she was admitted to see the body. Upon seeing the body, he realizes that this was the same woman. Also, she was the one whom Bill helped at Ziegler's party. Just when he was leaving the hospital, he received a call from Ziegler to meet him at his house. Bill went to his house, where Ziegler revealed that he knew Bill was at the secret society because he was there too. He mentions that when he saw Nick talking to him at the party, he figured out he was the one who gave him the code. He also confessed that he had him followed. But then he said to Bill that Nick is safe. Those two men just helped him get his plane tickets. Bill asks about the second password, to which Ziegler responds that it was just a ruse. They had their doubts about him, as the members of the society are very rich and influential people who arrive in lamos, whereas Bill came in a taxi. Also, the rental costume slip in his coat helped them figure out who he was. Bill questions the woman, to which Ziegler replies that she was a stripper and that whatever happened there was staged. The woman died from her own mistake, and they had no role in that. They did this charade to conceal their identity and scare Bill so that he wouldn't try to inquire about society. Ziegler tried to convince Bill that it was all just part of their plan. Later, Bill left and reached his home, where he saw Alice lying in bed beside that same mask that he wore that day. After seeing it, he starts crying uncontrollably and feels guilty the same way Alice did when talking about her dreams. Bill tells Alice everything, which leaves Alice in tears. Alice reminds him that they have to take Helen shopping for Christmas. To divert their moods, they both went shopping with Helen. While shopping, Bill asks Alice what should they do now, to which she replies that now they should focus on building their relationship and be thankful that they both are still together after their adventures. Bill and Alice have too much information about one another and the adultery they are capable of committing, but they would rather ignore it all and live happily ever after. They shut their eyes widely in an effort to mend their marriage. That's it for today's recap. Hope you liked the movie. Please support us by like and comment on the video, and don't forget to subscribe.